Hello everyone, welcome to Drone Ethics Now. I'm YIPENG from UKM, and I'm one of the hosts of this drone project. Today, we are going to talk about a question that is not far from you and me.
If a drone flies over our balcony, is it really just passing by? Hello everyone, I'm HONGYE, and today we will discuss an increasingly common performance. Do drones help us see more, or do they see too much?
Let me first tell you a real case. In 2023, a resident of Kuala Lumpur found that the picture of himself drinking coffee on the balcony appeared in a YouTube vlog. The filmmaker did not obtain his consent, although the drone did not enter his home, but the camera entered his life.
This is the blind boundary we are going to discuss today. Is the balcony considered a private space? Should the drone pilot ask permission in advance?
What if the photographer says, I was just taking pictures of the scenery, and you just happen to be in the picture? Does this count as exemption?
The problem is that the development of technology has outpaced the law. We can fly and take pictures, but who will draw the line between should take picture and should not take pictures?
Is it the responsibility of the pilot, government legislation, or platform supervision? Actually, this is not just happening in cities. Now, drones can be seen flying around in many scenic spots, university campuses, and even residential areas.
Yes, many people just think, I didn't fly into your house, I just took pictures of a scenario in the air. But if you stand on the balcony or by the window, does that count as being in the picture?
The key point is here. You may not know that you are being filmed at all, and you don't know that the video has been published, forwarded, or even edited into other people's creative works.
And as students, we also have friends who use drones for photography, vlog, and graduation videos. They are also innocent. They are not maliciously filming others, but they just do not realize the pictures may contain privacy.
So this is the most difficult part. The scenery filmed by the drone is sometimes actually people's life.
You said it's very rare, so what should we do? We can't stop all filming, but we cannot completely ignore feeling of others.
At this point, it is not just a technical problem, but more of the judgment and a sense of responsibility problem.
Perhaps our podcast today is not to tell you what to do right, but to invite you to think again. Would you like to be filmed like this? Would you film like this?
We will discuss this issue separately today. We have specially invited two guests who represent two completely different positions.
The first guest believes that the privacy should be prioritized, especially in our most private living space, home.
The second guest argued that drones are tools for recording, creation, and expression, and should not be easily restricted. Welcome, Aiden.
Hi, I'm Aiden, and I'm here to share my opinion on drones from a privacy point of view. To be honest, I think drones are getting a bit too close to our personal lives. Sure, they are useful for things like filming events or checking traffic, but when they fly near people's homes or private spaces, that's crossing the line. Imagine sitting in your backyard enjoying some quiet time, and suddenly a drone is hovering above and recording. You didn't invite it, you didn't give permission, but now your private moment isn't private anymore. That's not fair, and honestly, it feels kind of scary. In Malaysia, we have the Personal Data Protection Act 2010, which says personal data like your image shouldn't be recorded or shared without consent. In the case of Lee and Dr. Lin, the court clearly stated that the right to privacy of individuals should be reasonably protected, especially when it comes to non-consensual imagining material. Therefore, I think that drones should be used responsibly. People have the right to feel safe and private in their own space.
Hi, I'm Indy, and I'd like to share a different perspective. While privacy is definitely important, I believe drones also have a valuable role in creative and journalistic work. They allow us to capture powerful visuals from environmental changes to live events that wouldn't be possible otherwise. For content creators and reporters, drones are tools for expression and storytelling. Of course, we can't ignore the risks. That's why I support responsible drone use, not a total ban. For example, we can use face blurring software, avoid flying over private property, and follow clear ethical guidelines. These steps help protect privacy without limiting creativity. So in my view, it's not just about stopping drones, it's about using them wisely, with respect for both personal space and freedom of expression.
Both guests have very reasonable views. This is not only a legal issue, but also everyone's understanding of responsibility and respect.
Perhaps what we should really ask is not can I fly, but should I take pictures?
Technology should help us tell stories rather than stealing other people's stories. As drone promotion ambassadors, we believe recognition comes first and flying comes later.
The next time you will see a drone outside your window or you will fly one, what will you do?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Drone Ethics Now. I'm YIPENG.
I'm Shen HONGYE. Thank you for your time and I will see you next time.
Bye.